If I were to inform you that the United States government was looking to spend $60 million on a new infrastructure project and wanted suggestions, what would you recommend? Maybe the New York City subway that now looks like something out of Fallout. For my Californians, maybe the proposed high-speed rail line between Los Angeles and San Francisco, which is theorized to add millions in economic value. Regardless of your recommendation, I can guarantee that you would not have guessed what this money was actually used for. Here's why the United States government spent $60 million on a town of 100 residents. Welcome to Akutan Island, a small island roughly 18 miles in length off the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. Akutan Island's small population of 100 permanent residents and the roughly 1,400 part-time workers live in the town of Akutan. Creative. All the part-time residents and most of the permanent residents work at the Trident Seafoods processing plant, which is the largest in North America. Other than work, there isn't much to do in Akutan. The average temperature is a scorching 42 degrees Fahrenheit, there's only one bar, and the dating scene is absolutely awful. In 2022, there were 135 men between the ages of 25 and 29 compared to 10 women. You're statistically more likely to get into Yale Law School than get a date as a young man in Akutan. So if you're not sold on spending $60 million here, let us explain why the United States government made this decision. For many years, Akutan Island was served by an old World War II amphibious airplane service to Akutan Seaplane Base. In 2012, Sea Base operator Penn Air announced they would retire their aircraft, so a new airport was needed. That same year, the U.S. government decided to build the Akutan Airport to serve the community of Akutan. More to come on that point. Great. So now we all understand why the government is going to spend $60 million on a new airport in Akutan. But where should this airport be built? Well, the most obvious option is to build it on the island, but Akutan is too mountainous for a runway. Any guesses on where the airport was built? How about 6 miles away through open ocean and orca-infested waters on neighboring Akun Island? Initially, the airport was only accessible by hovercraft, which cost an additional $13 million and $2,500 per hour to run. After just 2 years, the government couldn't keep up with the cost and transitioned to using helicopters. These helicopter tickets cost $100 each way, so to enter and leave Akutan, you must pay $200 for a 12-mile trip before adding in the actual plane tickets themselves. As you might have guessed, Akutan isn't Beverly Hills either. The median household income is only $28,000 per year, which is near the federal poverty line. So if the airport is almost impossible to access for the average resident, who is benefiting from the project? This is exactly what CNN's Gary Tuchman asked the mayor of Akutan, Joe Bereskin, in 2011. Quote, "If Trident wasn't here, do you think you would need this airport for 100 people? To which the mayor replied, quote, no, it doesn't make sense, no. So since Trident is the clear beneficiary of the airport by bringing in 1,400 workers annually, how much did they contribute to the project? Well, the company felt that it only needed to put up $1 million of the cost of the airport because they apparently paid their taxes, like every other American who isn't a billionaire. In other words, the company who is the primary beneficiary of the project only spent $1 million, while you, who didn't know Akutan existed 5 minutes ago, helped fund $60 million. So the United States government footed most of the bill, but was it a good investment? Well, let's do some quick math. From April of 2023 to March of 2024, there were 1,170 helicopter flights from Akutan Airport on Akun Island to the Akutan Seaplane Base on Akutan Island. Seriously, could we take a minute to acknowledge the brilliance of this naming convention? All right, back to the math. If we assume that the 1,170 flights are a good average per year and multiply it by the 12 years the airport has been open, you get 14,040 flights. If you divide this by the $60 million it took to create the airport, you get an estimate of $4,274 per flight. To put this number into context, would you rather have one 6-mile flight from Akun Island to Akutan Island or fix 86 potholes? Yeah, no wonder the US government is $34 trillion in debt. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Health Geography Hub.